Sound calls timeout with 2.6 seconds left. Ball at the 27-yard line, second down and 10. A golden opportunity here to extend the lead before halftime.
Apologize for that. Looks like we lost our signal for just a few seconds, so we apologize, folks. We're back up. You didn't miss much. You missed an incomplete pass. Thankfully, that's all you missed. But we are back up and running. Sometimes in these press boxes, you lose your signal every now and again, and we did just that there. But nobody died.
Nope, nobody died. Both teams getting ready to get back out onto the field.
Let's see if the Sparks can hold them here. They will get the ball when we return for the third quarter.
If South Park can get a stop here, that would be a small victory for them heading into halftime.
If you're just joining us, it's a 7-6 football game. Jamestown in front. They scored on their first possession, but the Sparks answered back quickly. 7-6 your score. Mikel Hepburn made his return today, but
got cut short.
Was tossed in the second quarter. And they are without Hepburn for the rest of the game here. And he came into this game and really breathed some fire into this offense. First play from scrimmage is throw, deep catch there by, was it Mario Taylor?
Yes, a 50-yard pass play.
And then a touchdown, just not too. He scored the touchdown to give them a 7-6 ball game. They didn't convert. They've been down inside the 10 of Jamestown twice today.
Jamestown going to be in a two-back formation. Two receivers right, one to the left, and Drake wants to throw. And pocket collapses again, and they're going to get to him. Flag on the play. The sack was by Antonio Halton. Let's see what the penalty's on. If it's on the defense, Jamestown gets an untimed down.
We'll have to wait and see. It came off.
Oh, it's going to be on South Park. So Jamestown's going to get one more play before halftime.
That's a tough call to make right there.
Face mask.
Face mask.
I believe that may have been on Halton when he was trying to bring down Drake on the sack.
Even still. So Jamestown will get another shot at this. And I don't know if they move the ball up. My official friends out there, if you want to tweet at me or Facebook message me, they don't appear to move that ball up anymore. They're going to get another crack at this. No time left. And again, if you're South Park, just anything underneath, just don't let them beat you deep.
And Jamestown trying to figure out the play. And this is it before halftime. Jamestown getting one untimed down after the face mask penalty. Looks like Jamestown will go into the pistol formation. 27-yard line. Here comes the untimed down for the Red Raiders. Drake takes a snap, and he wants to throw. He's got some time in the pocket this time. Throws for the ends over Rojas. Deflected and complete. What a play there by Polk. Great job on that pass deflection.
Yeah, earning his paycheck today. Amar Polk. Excellent play. We talked to one of the coaches before this game, and he told me flat out, keep your eye on number 7 today, Amar Polk. They expected him to have a huge game, and he's had a big influence on this game so far. It's 7-6. Jamestown has had leads of 30, 40,
51.
A number of times heading into the second half. Today, they got a 1-point lead, and again, they're playing the defending Class A champion. They're playing a state championship coaching staff. They got their work cut out for them. We have got ourselves, again, like I've told you before, a heavyweight fight. Now, does South Park have anything left for the second half? We're going to wait and see. We're going to find out. We know Jamestown is alive and well. They're deep. A lot of players on that roster. South Park do not have the same amount of players. They've got a lot of injuries.
They're hanging tough, though.
They're hanging tough. And a lot of these guys know this is it for them. There is no tomorrow. There's no more games. They're not going to Rochester, play Section 5. No regionals, no state championships is all they got. So for those seniors, at least, today is their last high school football game. There's only a few of them that are going on to play at the next level. You know, you got Mikel Hepburn who's gone. He's tossed. So his next football game, if he ever plays again, will be at the next level. We know Marquand Flewitt's moving on. We know Keith Jackson's going to play another day. I don't know much about Trey Holloman. He's a senior. Demone Cole. Mario Taylor. This is his last game. He showed already that he can play big. And he's a guy that could play at the next level. And I don't know where he will go, but he's definitely a kid that can play at the next level. And who's some of the other seniors? Jalen Lidge, we should recognize. John Warren Jr., Bruce Fryer, Gabe Keel, Miguel Horton. Those are the seniors for South Park playing in their final football game. And then for Jamestown, Takai Branch, who was involved very early in this game. Haven't called his name since. Chris Navarro, Markel Carter, Elijah Rojas, Damari Jones, Dan O'Brien, Carter Agansky, Cameron Mays, Devon Anderson, J.D.O. Johnson, Andrew Harrier, Cameron Melendez, Cameron Milton, Joseph Van Geisen, Dwayne Pangborn, Jesus Aponte, and Mike Smith Jr. They're all the seniors moving on. Let's congratulate those guys on fine high school football careers, but this is their last game today for many of them. Want to make sure we recognized all those seniors today. Why don't we break for halftime, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. Jeremy Becker's got your halftime report. He'll get you caught up on all the scores from around Western New York.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated, multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere, covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is dedicated to providing patients long-term relief and teaching them how to continue taking care of themselves. With a blend of different techniques, services, and personalized treatment plans, we'll help you find wellness in a way that's right for you. Between chiropractic care, spinal decompression, nutritional counseling, massage therapy, custom orthotics, and more, your relief is in our hands. If twisting, popping, and cracking intimidate you, our Pro Adjuster restores the same range of motion as a physical adjustment would with gentle, repeated tapping.
Dr. Mo at Cairo First has been taking care of my back needs for the past 4 years. His staff treats you like family. I've had the traction, I've had the massage done, and every time leave here feeling fresh and brand new.
Cairo First Wellness Center. Your health and well-being. Our passion.
Call 835-WOLF. Remember, you calling the wolf. That's all you had to say. Call today.
Why do you exercise? To look better? To feel better? To drop a few pounds? To train for an event? To defy age? Or to keep your ability to say yes to the things you love to do? Whatever motivates you, G&G Fitness Equipment is here to get you there. Treadmills, ellipticals, rowers, bikes, home gyms, and accessories. We'll pair you with the right equipment, teach you how to use it, and be there every step of your fitness journey. G&G Fitness. Your goal is our goal.
There's nothing better than owning the perfect house to come home to. You've earned it, and we'll make it happen. Our local real estate experts and in-house team of financial professionals make buying or selling your home simple. Howard Hanna. Home happens here.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
300 Level Media is a locally owned and operated multi-purpose media company right here in Western New York. You'll find us everywhere covering the Bills, Sabres, Buttes, Bisons, Big Four basketball, local college sports, and much more. Our staff offers a variety of media services, from video production, live event coverage, audio broadcasts, professional voiceovers, camera operation, and videography. Visit www.300levelmedia.com or give us a call at 716-427-2600. This is 300 Level Media.
When it's time to sell your home, start with a visit to howardhanna.com, ranked the #1 real estate site for sellers. A few clicks will show you the sales price you can expect for your home. We can get you the most money in the quickest amount of time because we know where the local buyers are and how to reach them. So if it's time to sell your home, visit howardhanna.com today, and we'll match you with a local Howard Hanna agent to sell your home fast.
At Cairo First Wellness, your health and well-being is our passion. Let us take care of you and your family like one of our own.
Cairo First Wellness Center is...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Strider Field for this Section 6 Class A title game between the South Park Sparks and the Jamestown Raiders. Jamestown currently up 7-6 over South Park after a couple of early touchdowns, but South Park failing the 2-point conversion.
Yes, and South Park's also had two opportunities to take the lead before halftime. The first one was a turnover on downs, and the other one was an interception on 4th down at the 11-yard line.
Yes, and we do have an update from Lancaster, Norm. It is 21-14 Lancaster over Orchard Park. Orchard Park is one of those younger teams.
Yeah.
But so far, I mean, from the stats I have, Cody Phillips has 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
He just scored his third one on a 29-yard run. And it looks like for Orchard Park, Ben Glosella, he was, at halftime at least, he was 11 for 14, 96 yards, and 1 TD.
That's pretty good.
And we do not have a score from... It looks like we have a score from Elegant Franklinville. They're up 21-0 over Salamanca. And I believe this is the Lancaster game. Yes, it is. Trying to find the Medina game.
Southwest, we saw Southwestern was down 15-13.
Right, and that was the last score I saw.
And the thing for South Park that they're going to have to adapt to, they did well with it near the end of the first half. But Michael Hepburn, who threw those nice bombs over to Mario Taylor, he got ejected in the second quarter, and that's going to be a big loss. And ever since that, they've had Keith Jackson in on Wildcat formations, and they've used Pajak too.
Right, but Pajak is 0 for 2 with an interception.
Yes.
And that interception was by, if you remember...
Van
Geisen. Now, Trey Drake in the air is not having that good of a game, Norm. He's only 5 for 13, so a little under 50%. Right now, Jalen Butera only has 52 yards, and I mean, that Sparks defense really, really doing a good job containing Jalen Butera.
Yes, compare that to 262 yards and 5 touchdowns by halftime last week. And speaking of that, Jamestown at halftime, they're used to being up by scores between 30-0 and 50-0 more than often than not.
No, but we knew the Sparks team wasn't going to go away.
Oh, no.
They were not going to lay down and have their division taken away from them by Jamestown. Jamestown is, as we all know, this is their first year in Single A. This is South Park's division. And South Park's going, hold on, Jamestown. You may have cruised through the regular season in the first round of the playoffs, but you're not going to do that against us. And they've proven, they've packed the punch. And really, it's been a great football game back and forth, a defensive battle. Rojas has only been targeted like 2 or 3 times today in this game.
That's actually what I was going to say. South Park's done a masterful job keeping Rojas in check. He's got 3 catches, but he's only got, last I remember, 2 yards.
Yes.
His last catch was for a 3-yard loss.
Yep. So I want to take this opportunity because later this summer, when we get back to normal high school sports scheduling,
right
here in the Southern Tier, you and I will be running a new show called the Southern Tier Report, and this is going to give updates regularly, weekly, on schools like Jamestown, Clymer Sherman Panama, Southwestern, Allegheny Limestone, So any school in the Jamestown, New York area, Cattaraugus County area, we encourage you to give us updates and news weekly as much as you can. You can follow me on Twitter at JeremyBecker98. Norm Rodriguez at Storm and Norm. What's the numbers?
At Storm_Norm 2147.
All right. You give us updates, and it looks like Jamestown's about ready to come back onto the field.
And what's good is, though, we've been talking about this for a couple of years, trying to get this going, at least getting a podcast or a show or something, but finally we're getting the ball rolling. We got the okay for it, and this is going to be exciting.
Yes, and we'll update scores from each sport: volleyball, wrestling, bowling, golf, football, basketball, hockey, soccer,
lacrosse.
Yes. So we will be doing that in our Southern Tier Report, as I like to call it. It will be hosted by Norm Rodriguez and Jeremy Becker, me. We don't have a camera guy for that just yet. Maybe it'll be our great camera guy, Alex Colsey, who has been doing a great job today on the camera.
Yep, we're filling in place of Sean Kilmartin, who had a personal endeavor to attend to, but we hope all's well with him, of course.
Yep, and right before I go, send you back to Frank Wolf and Norm Rodriguez for the call, I'm going to see if there's another update. Right, we have that score. Thank you, Colsey. Let me just move this. It looks like we don't have a score for that one, but for this one, it's still 21-0. Franklinville, Ellicottville, and Salamanca. Let's talk about Salamanca. They beat Portville 6-0 after a 4-yard touchdown run by their quarterback with 54 seconds left in the game.
Yes, and that was a snowy affair. And Southwestern, they beat CSP in a nail-biter, 24-21. And CSP was preparing to get the ball back, but they muffed the punt from Kennedy, and Southwestern pounced on it. It was Aiden Melquist that recovered the fumble, and Southwestern got a few first downs, and they successfully ran the clock out.
Yeah, I mean, Southwestern, I guess, in that game took advantage of their turnovers. It is really important to note that CSP either had one loss or no losses going into that game for like the last 2 to 3 years.
Yes.
And really, that was the matchup you and I, we were talking our own time driving here, how much we were looking forward to the Southwestern CSP game, and it lived up to the hype.
Yeah, it was the quote-unquote the game of the year, and two coaches have done a great job of the programs. Jake Burkholder for Southwestern and Ty Harper for Clymer Sherman Panama.
Yep, and it looks like we're actually about... Norm, can you believe it? It's almost time to send it back. We only got 30 seconds left in the half. Both teams have come back to the field, and they're going to be doing warm-ups. We're going to be right back with third quarter action. If I could type right. There we go. And this is going to be a very entertaining finish. Stay tuned here on the Western New York Athletics. Thank you for listening to the Halftime Show. Jeremy Becker signing off.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we are about to start the second half right here at Strider Field in Jamestown, New York. Jamestown clinging to a 1-point lead, 7-6. South Park, not the halftime show, getting the ball starts second half. And the two deep guys for South Park to start the second half. Polk is one of the guys that's going to be a deep man on the kick return, and it looks like the other one's going to be Keith Jackson, who had that pretty good return to start their game in the first half.
Got a number of media members here. We got Mary Margaret from Channel 4. Rachel Lindsay from the Buffalo News is here. I thought I saw James McCoy as well.
Well, here comes the boot by Rojas to start the second half. He's going to squib it downfield. He'll get picked up by, hits his legs, but Polk picks it up, and he gets it, crosses the field, trying to swing it over to the right, but he gets stopped at the 15. And that's going to be no gain on the return, but South Park gets the ball to start the second half, and it'll be at their own 15-yard line. Let's see what kind of offensive revisions they've done for the second half. Remember, Hepburn was tossed in the second quarter, and they've had Jackson and Pajak alternating between quarterbacks, so they had to have come up with something at halftime to answer to that problem.
Well, I see Jackson and Fulgham in the backfield already. I do not see Pajak.
Looks like Pajak's in the wide out.
Yeah, he's been lining up in the slot, I believe.
He's in the slot right now. Here's a snap. Jackson's going to take it on the direct snap keeper, and he'll get about a yard, maybe two. One of the guys to bring him down was number 47, Jadeel Johnson.
So they're going to have roughly 80, 85 yards to go. A lot of field to work with, but also a lot of score clock to work with, too, to keep that Jamestown offense off the field. They've only scored once. Their opening drive. Give it up for the Sparks defense. They've done a great job so far in this game, and it's only 7-6, and arguably the Sparks could be up by a score, even two scores right now.
That was a 2-yard run in the last play, and this one was a give to Fulgham. Looked like he got about a yard on the run. We'll see according to the spot. It's going to be a 1-yard gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7 at the 18 as we already hit 1 minute play in the third.
Saw Mikel Hepburn down on the field during halftime, definitely beside himself, upset with himself. But, you know, he's just going to have to be the best teammate he could be right now and cheer on his teammates for the rest of this half. And it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He looks pretty lively on the field, trying to get his guys going.
And Jackson's going to throw here. Let's see how he can do it. And he shoots it way downfield. A nice throw and incomplete.
Wow.
And during warm-ups, Jackson was throwing 45-yard passes, and that one, it looked like it was intended for a poke, and it was incomplete. It'll be 4th and 7 to 18. I know they're probably going to go for it, but I got to question it with it being at this spot.
Yeah, poke, you know, he had to kind of change directions a little bit on that throw. It was a little bit off. He had to come back to the ball. He did. Made a nice play to get back there, but just couldn't hang on. And then Jamestown almost intercepted it.
And that was a nice throw. That was a nice distance throw there by Jackson, so he can throw. And they're going to punt here. It's going to be Yancey punting the ball for South Park and Butera, the deep man. And offside's going to be on Mays, and that's going to cut it down to 4th and 2.
Looks like they got him to jump, I think. I want to make sure they're not calling this a false start.
I don't think it is. I think it's offside Jamestown.
It looked like Mays jumped past the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be. It's going to make it a 4th down and 2 at the 23, but you still got to punt it here. You're deep in your own end. You don't want to give Jamestown too good of field position. You got to have Yancey boot this one away.
Your defense played so well today. Don't hang this on them right here. Try and put some field position in between you and the end zone here for Jamestown. Make them work for it. Let's see what they do.
Here's the punt and another flag, and that one looked like it was partially deflected. And it'll roll to the 40, and it'll stop at the 44. And that punt looked partially deflected. But there's another flag. We'll see what it is.
The Jamestown Red Raiders definitely got into the backfield there. Partially blocked for sure. Were they offsides? I don't know.
No, this ain't illegal formation.
So
I believe Jamestown will accept the penalty, and it'll be at the spot added after the kick. And this is a big opportunity here for Jamestown. They've got excellent field position, and if they score a touchdown here, and the way South Park's offense has been in the last several drives, it could be enough for a possible deal breaker. But we'll just have to wait and see on this series. Jamestown's offense getting ready to go on the field. And they are at South Park's 44-yard line. This is the best field position to start a drive by either team in this game so far.
Lancaster's now gone up 28-14 on Orchard Park. Phillips with a 29 and a 57-yard touchdown run. Last two scores, Cody Phillips for Lancaster.
And it's going to be a pitch over to Butera. He cuts it over the right side of 35-30, picks up a block, gets to the 20, and he's knocked out at around the 16-yard line. So that's about a 40-yard run right there. And I believe with that run, I do think Butera hit 1,000 yards for the season rushing. If he didn't get it, he'll be just a little shy.
Yeah, Butera got after it on that run for sure. Got to the outside, broke at least one tackle, and picked up another chunk of yardage there for Jamestown as they are now at the 16-yard line of the Sparks.
Butera coming in needing 90 yards to hit 1,000. He'll get another carry here. And this time, they're going to get him behind the line, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 yards.
So if he just went over 1,000, he just went back underneath.
Yep. But there's still plenty of football. He'll definitely get it back and a little more, possibly. South Park has done pretty well keeping them contained here and there. It's not every single play, but
he's going to get his yards. He's going to make his plays just like the Sparks. You know, you got Keith Jackson. He's going to take off eventually.
It could be one long bomb from Jackson. He showed he could throw it downfield. But right now it's Jamestown's ball. 9:37 left in the third. 3-yard loss in the play. Fake hand of Butera. Throw for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown. Colin Melendez.
Too easy there. He got away from Fulgham. Got some separation there. Excellent route run there by the receiver to get open. And Drake had time there. That's something he didn't have.
Yes, he did.
In the first half. He had time, found his target, and he got there.
And with that touchdown, Jamestown up 13-6. 9.5 minutes left in the third. Second touchdown pass of the game for Trey Drake.
I'm hearing that down in Lancaster, Josh Jelinek broke the Lancaster single-season sack record in this game. Maybe the all-time sack record for Lancaster. If he did, God bless him. You're talking legends.
Great accomplishment.
Technically, no pun intended, but Lancaster, so many good years. Lenny Jankowitz and Coach Joe Foyle.
Extra point on the way, and Profiter gets it through. 14-6, 9.5 left in the third. You're watching this Section 6 Class A matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and the South Park Sparks right here on WNY Athletics. We will return to game action after some words from our sponsors.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we are about to get back in the action here at Strider Field. Colin Melendez with a touchdown catch from Drake. Makes it 14-6 with 9.5 minutes left in the third. And right here, South Park needs to get a touchdown on this drive. 8-point lead for the Jamestown Red Raiders. And this is still anybody's game right here. And South Park showing they can take the ball down the field, but they need to get the job done right here. They can't afford to fail on a fourth down inside Jamestown's 10-yard line again. They got to get in the end zone.
Without a doubt, the Sparks need to answer here. They don't want to get too far away. They don't want this to get too out of hand.
And here's a squib kick, fielded at the 35 and to the 40 and knocked out of bounds to the 45. The return was by Giovanni Pagan. So South Park with good field position.
And that's 22 earlier in the game. We thought that he was the player that was getting tossed, as he was a player that we saw from the press box throw his helmet. But it was Hepburn is the one that they tossed. We thought it was 22, but there he is with the return. Not a bad return either.
Oh, no, not for a squib kick. That's a good return. And he saw the field action like you were saying during that issue when we were finding out who got tossed.
Medina continues to lead Southwestern 21-13. Trojans have the ball.
And it looks like they're at around midfield. And it's going to be Pajak. Or no, I beg your pardon. It will be Jackson once again. Pajak will be lined up at the slot. Jackson showing he can launch the ball a good 40 yards, and he's going to throw again. Throws a dart down the center of the field. Hook and ladder play. And no, And the
Are they
knees were
calling
down,
an
though.
Incomplete pass? Okay.
No, it looked like Polk caught it, but his
Okay.
knees were down. If your knees are down, you're down. They tried the hook and ladder to Fulgham, but had his knees have been slightly up in the air and the lateral went through, Fulgham probably could have ran to the house.
Not a bad play there for the Sparks.
So it was a 3-yard pass play, 2nd and 7. But Jackson proving he can throw the ball.
It's Jay Sirianni down on the sidelines. He's here tonight from Section 6. He is Ken Stoltz's right-hand man, Section 6 football chairman. You got to give it up for that Section 6 football office this year and all the changes, the last-minute cancellations and everything they had to do this year. My hat's off to those guys.
Jackson takes it himself. He gets it to about midfield. So make it a 3rd down and about 5 as we hit 8.5 left in the 3rd. And this game turning out what everyone that knows the field of high school football in this area expected. Flag on the play. We'll see who it's on. There's been a lot of flags here in this game so far tonight.
Well, I mean, it's a tough physical game. You got two teams that don't want to bend. You got two teams that were, undefeated. The Sparks haven't lost a football game in easily 2 seasons or more. And Jamestown hasn't lost all year. They came in with a chip on their shoulder.
We're waiting to see who the penalty's on.
Beautiful night, though, out here. I mean, Jeremy, I know, brought that heater for the press box.
We
up
didn't
here.
need it.
We didn't need it today.
And it's not windy. We're not at Southwestern again early April before Easter. Even in that weather, I'd be doing what I'm doing right now, a polo shirt and the half vest over it.
Norm, you wear this to a nice arena.
Yes, I do.
You'd be working on the ice in those shorts.
I'm almost in shorts all the time.
3rd and 5.
So that was a 2-yard run, but I'm not sure who the penalty was on. Unless the flag got picked.
They're backing up the Sparks.
So it's going to be pinned at the 35, so it has to be a personal foul, and then the penalty will be after the spot of where the ball was. So 3rd and 20 at the 35, and I'm thinking Jackson's going to try and cock it downfield.
Well, interesting play call coming up here for the Sparks, I'm sure. Trailing by 8.
And it's going to be Pajak at quarterback in shotgun, and Jackson the slot receiver. Pajak takes a snap, and he wants to throw. And he shoots the ball down the field, going for Jackson. Incomplete. And that would have been a tough one for him to get anyway. Plus, there were 2 defenders there. It was Markel Carter and Sincere Green on the coverage.
I'll tell you, that ball wasn't thrown too bad. I mean, there was a lot of green in that area, but Jackson got a couple of hands on it. It wasn't the easiest of catches to make, but still, I mean, that ball was in a perfect position where really only Jackson can make the catch. Wasn't a bad throw at all.
And South Park electing to punt the ball again. Again, I think this is a smart decision. Your defense has done very well, albeit giving up that last touchdown on Jamestown's last drive. But they can get a stop here. They'll get another shot to get some points on the board. But for right now, it'll be Jeremy Yancey punting the ball. And the deep men are Rojas and Butera. And here's a snap. And here comes the boot. And this is a much better kick. A high arcer in the air. And a nice bounce. It'll roll into the 30. And it'll stop at the 29-yard line. So a 36-yard pump there by Yancey. And with 8:01 left in the 3rd, 14-6 in favor of Jamestown. You're watching this matchup right here on WNY Athletics, and we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient person.
And Jamestown's offense back on the field. It's going to be a trips right, one receiver to the left, Butera in the back. First attempt at 28. Drake wants to throw. And it's caught by Takai Branch. And he gets tackled at around the 34-yard line. Branch was the one that scored that touchdown early in the first quarter.
On a similar play.
Yes, he broke a tackle and ran to the end zone. and it's going to be a gain of 5.
Titans leading the Warriors 21-7 in that Class D final. That game's still going on down there at Franklinville.
Second down, 5 to 33, 7.5 left in the third. South Park with 4 linemen. And the clock's still rolling. Drake wanting to figure out what's going on. It's going to be a trip to the left. One receiver right, and he wants to throw again. Drake runs outside the pocket. He's under pressure, and they're going to get to him. And from what I saw, it looked like one of the guys there was number 54, Gabe Keel. We'll see what the spot of it was. It will be considered a sack, and it's going to be a 1-yard loss. Loss of 1 on the sack. It will be a 3rd down 6. It's going to be a 2-wide set, 1 to the right. South Park with 3 down linemen and 1 edge guy. And Drake's going to roll to the right. He wants to throw to the flat. That is caught by Branch. And he's not going anywhere this time. And it's going to be a 4-yard gain. He's going to be short of the first down. It's going to make it 4th down and a yard. And a good job by South Park on the stop. But let's see what this Jamestown does here. It's going to be 4th and 2 as we're about to hit 6 minutes left in the third. 14-6 to score in favor of the Red Raiders. And they're going to punt it away. It's going to be Rojas, but we could see a fake here. Last week, they ran the fake against Williamsville South. Butera broke it for a 69-yard touchdown. And it's, Rojas, and that's a bad snap. And Rojas going to run to the right side of the 20. And a smart decision by Rojas to pump that ball away. And it will get some of the yardage. It'll stop at around the 45. But a heads-up play by Rojas to recover the bad snap and just kick the ball away and see what will happen.
And that's the best thing that could have happened there, really, for Jamestown, is that looked like that was going to be a disaster. But the Sparks are going to get excellent field position here. They're only down a score, 1/4 and 5 minutes to go, so this game is far from over. Let's see what the Sparks can do on offense. I would like to see them turn the keys of the offense over to Pajak and let him get some, and let them at least show that they're going to throw. You got two great running backs in Fulgham and Jackson all too well, but you got to show that you can throw the ball every now and again.
Jackson almost lost the snap, and he recovers. He gets to the 40, break a couple tackles to the 35, pounding that rock, gets it to the 30, more than enough for the first down. And what you're saying with Pajak with the throwing, Jackson's also proving he can throw the ball too.
Yeah, he's throwing what? 1 pass, 2 passes?
No, 2. So. No, he had 2 passes in the game so far. Yeah, he threw the 45-yard attempt that was incomplete, and then he had that completion on the hook and ladder.
We know he could throw the ball. He hasn't really been successful yet, though. So that's a bit of a difference. I could throw the ball.
Well, that's why we're in the press box.
Yeah. Well, if he could throw the ball, he'd be throwing the ball. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have 1 or 2 passes. He'd have 10 by now.
Well, they do got Mario Taylor as the far white out on the right side.
All you got to do is throw it up to him. That's what someone has to do, and that's why I think they got to
give it to Pajak, and it's going to be a give to Fulgham. Fulgham break a couple tackles, and he gets tackled at the 21-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and short, and South Park taking advantage of that field position.
They're just driving now. Sparks offense picking it up a notch here. That running game, it's been difficult all game. I was talking to both Sparks and Jamestown coaches and open and honest with them. I don't think Jamestown has seen a team, a running game like this in quite some time. They haven't seen a pass rush quite like this in quite some time.
That was a 9-yard run by Fulgham. Pajak still at quarterback. It's a give to Fulgham again. He's got enough for the first down. Morgan's at a 10. Cuts it to the center of the field. A 5. Touchdown, South Park. He broke the plane before the ball was loose. It'll make it 14-12.
And no flags.
4:20 left in the third quarter. Okay. And they're going to go for 2. And if they succeed, we got a tie game here.
And this is why I think it's important to get Pajak under center. You have to show the other team that you're willing to throw the ball. Pajak isn't a runner. Jackson isn't a thrower. Jackson's running the ball every time he's under center. He's going to run the ball. Now you got Pajak, who can't run, who can throw the ball. Now Jamestown has to make some adjustments. They have to be ready just in case they pass. Takes another guy out of the box. Now you're watching Fulgham and Jackson run all the way through. this Jamestown defense. That's exactly what they have to continue doing. You got to have
Yes.
the threat to pass.
Payjack to Taylor could be pretty big for them going out of the game. Give the Fulgham a 2-point try, and it is good. And in the words of Jeremy Becker, tied like a knot 14-all with 4:20 left in the third quarter. You're watching this matchup right here between the Jamestown Red Raiders and South Park Sparks right here on WNY Athletics. Stick around as we will be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transport. WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues.
And we are about to get back into action once again here at Strider Field. Tie game at 14 apiece, 4:20 left in the third. Fulgham with the touchdown run and the 2-point conversion to set up this tie. And now South Park, for now, has the momentum.
They certainly do, Norm.
It's going to be Yancey kicking it off for South Park. And it's going to be a poocher in the middle of the field, and that's caught by Mays. Mays will run it to the 40-yard line. He'll get tackled. No, breaks some tackles a little bit. Gets around the 44. So excellent field position once again for Jamestown.
So now the Red Raiders are going to have to do something they haven't really had to do in quite some time, and that's play at an even football game this late in the game. In the third quarter with 4:14 to go, they have not been tied at all this late in the game. And this is it's a position that Jamestown hasn't been in all year. South Park is making it very, very difficult on Jamestown. This is where Trey Drake grows as a quarterback.
And this would be a real good thing, too. He's only a sophomore. And the good thing for South Park, too, is their roster is full of young players, too. Some freshmen, sophomores, and juniors. So a lot of players coming back for the Sparks next year. It's the same thing for Jamestown. It'll be a 4-wide stack, 2 on each side. Snap, give to Butera. Fumble on the play, and it's recovered. No, he recovered off the bounce. It looked like a South Park guy had it, but Butera recovered it, and he gets stopped at around the 48-yard line. Wow, that was close.
And Butera dropped it, but it bounced right back into his breadbasket there. Difficult. He took a hard hit again. I mean, again, South Park is doing something to Jamestown that they haven't had done in a while, and that's play this physical. You know, the Sparks play with an edge. You know, they play with that chip on their shoulder. That's what Coach Delaney is so good at, is getting those players to play with that chip on their shoulders. And that's why they're still in this game.
2nd and 7 at the 48. Jamestown fans getting loud. 2-wide stack each side. Butera the back. He'll be set in motion. It's now going to be an empty backfield. Drake wants to throw. Looking. He'll lob it down the field and incomplete. There's not going to be a flag. It hit Melendez's hand before contact occurred. So a good no call. It's going to be 3rd down 7 at the 48. 3:18 left in the third. Tied at 14. Once again, that pass was intended for Melendez. Ball hit his hand before contact occurred, so good no call for no interference. But 3rd and 7, they can still get a first down on this play. It's going to be a 4-wide set. Butera the back. Drake takes a snap, and he wants to throw. He throws over to Melendez on a circle pattern. Breaks tackles to the 45. He gets brought down around the 41-yard line, so a gain of 11. It's enough for the first down. And we're about to hit 3 minutes left in the third.
And that's what Drake is going to have to do. He's got to find other players to bring into this offense. Butera, Rojas, Sparks have done a very good job containing them for the most part this game. You haven't really seen Rojas break loose just yet, and that's a credit to the Sparks defense. Other guys have stepped up. Melendez and Branch have had a couple of nice catches earlier in this game. Both scored touchdowns. We haven't called their name a lot this year.
And here's a snap to Drake. It's going to be a toss to Butera. Butera gets to the 40, 35, 30, tackled around the 29-yard line. So now he's definitely got the 1K back. And we got 2:50 left in the third. And right now, this is smash mouth football right here. They are deep in the heart of Sparks territory. They're nearing the red zone once again after the 11-yard run by Butera. 2:50 left in the third. Jamestown knocking on the door again and wanting to knock that big cleat, knock the door down and make it 20-14.
Giving a shout out to my man George Benson. He's giving me a little. He's giving me a little grief over those 50-50 tickets. No,
He'll
George,
get over it.
George, I don't even have enough to get home on gas. I needed to win that. I spent my last few bucks on thinking I was going to win.
It's another give. No, it's a throw. And the throw is caught by Navarro. Makes a man miss, cuts to the middle to the 20, and he gets tackled at around the 16-yard line. More than enough for the first down, and a great job on that cut by Navarro to get some extra yards.
Yeah, very good. And Drake getting other guys involved, looking at second and third receivers, not looking at his primary target, not sticking with one guy. He's bringing other guys into this offense. It's been weeks since we've really called Navarro's name. He's getting himself involved here, and that was a big play for him to pick up the first down for the Raiders.
Trips right, one receiver left. Only receivers Melendez on the right, who caught the last touchdown pass from Drake. And so far, South Park's done a masterful job covering Rojas. It'll be a give them Butera again, and he gets tackled at around the 14-yard line. So it'll be roughly a 2-yard gain as we hit under 2 minutes left in the third. Score still tied at 14, and we're not accustomed to seeing a low-scoring game point-wise total, period. And this is what we're getting right now. It's a 3-yard gain by Butera, second down 7 at the 13. And let's see what Jamestown does on this play. Langworthy giving Drake the play he wants. We're under 90 seconds left in the third. And it's going to be an empty backfield. It's going to be trips right, 2 receivers left. Butera, the slot receiver. Drake in the shotgun. He wants a throw. He'll throw it in the opposite. Oh, picked off! And this could be a touchdown, and it's going to be. And that ball was picked off by Amar Polk, and he's going to walk in untouched. Touchdown. I beg your pardon, that was Keith Jackson with the interception. And South Park takes the lead, and for the first time this year, Jamestown's behind.
I'm telling you, big games, big-time players step up. Keith Jackson, we've said it before, we'll say it again, one of the top football players in this area. He's exceptional running back, but he's done that before. Another pick six. You couldn't ask for one at a bigger time and a bigger game, and South Park has the lead, 20-14 on the Red Raiders here at Strider Field. This game is on fire.
And from looking at where it was picked off, I believe that was an 85-yard pick six. And that's only the second interception Drake has thrown all year versus 15 touchdown passes. And looks like that South Park's going to go for 2. And this could be a good thing. They convert and Jamestown scores a touchdown, then they'll have to go for 2. So this could either be a blessing or a curse. That's the double-edged sword. But here comes the attempt, and it looks like they're going to have Pajak take the snap for this one. What a turn of events for now here at Strider Field. Keith Jackson with the pick six. 1:03 left in the third. 20-14 favors South Park as Pajak takes the snap. Give the full gum, and he got in. Great job on the second effort. 22-14, $1.03 left in the third. And we will take a short break here. You're watching this matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and South Park Sparks right here on WNY Athletics.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube. Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading.
And South Park getting ready to kick it back off to the Jamestown Red Raiders. Pick six by Keith Jackson. 2-point conversion run in by Perel Fulgham. 22-14 in favor of South Park. Jamestown has not been behind in any games all year, and they are for the first time this season. Here comes the kickoff by Yancey, and it's going to be fielded by Cameron Mays. And reversing the field and reverse the field again. And I beg your pardon, that was Egansky who caught that ball in the air. But decent field position for the Red Raiders. 53.5 seconds left in the third. 22-14 in favor of South Park. And if they can get a defensive stop here, this could be huge for the Sparks. But still too early for the Red Raiders to panic. They've got the ball back. And they've got a quarterback that's played well all season. And they've got a running back in Butera that's been carving opposing defenses like a Thanksgiving turkey. It's going to be a 1st and 10 at the 34. It's going to be it's going to be a 4-wide set, 2 on each side. Drake takes a shotgun snap, gives it to Butera. And Butera cuts in the middle of the field of the 40. 45, breaks another one, gets tackled at around the 49. So it'll be a 15-yard run. First down, Red Raiders move those chains.
This game, man, I'm telling you, it's just a game for the ages.
It's a 16-yard run by Butera. They're at midfield, so right off the bat, they're getting closer and closer by the minute. 2 edge, 2 down linemen for the Sparks. 4-wide set for Jamestown. Another give to Butera. And a big gap down the center of the field. Makes a man miss. Gets it to the 30. Picks up some blockers to the 20. And he gets tackled at the 14. A 36-yard run there by Butera. And Butera well over 100 yards with that run. And with 23-8 left in the third, 22-14, Jamestown once again getting closer to the end zone. This time they got to get it in. They cannot afford a mistake right here.
Nope, this is dangerous territory for both teams. I mean, Jamestown, you need to get back. You need to score here.
It's a give to Butera again, and he gets tackled at around the 14, maybe the 13. And that could be the last play of the third quarter. We'll see what Jamestown decides to do, and it looks like they are going to let the clock run out. And at the end of 3 here at Strider Field, South Park ahead 22-14 in favor of the Red Raiders. Viewers who are watching, stick around for the fourth quarter. We'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And we are about to start quarter number 4 here very soon. South Park ahead of Jamestown 22-14. I'm expecting a very good finish here. Viewers, do not get off the internet. Do not X this game. You're in for one fun fourth quarter probably right here.
Quit fooling around on Facebook. This is the only game you need to worry about right now. This is where you want to be. This is what you want to be watching. I mean, there's so many other good games going on tonight, though, too. I mean, Franklinville, Ellicottville looks like they're about to win anyways. 21-7 lead Salamanca. It's their ball. They're doing that's what's going on there. I got to get a Medina score. Who's got a Medina score for me? Someone out there, find me that Medina score. 21-13 it looks like. I believe the quarterback's out, though, for Southwestern. That's looks like it.
Score still 21-13 in favor of Medina. 9:40 left in the fourth and counting in that game. But right now, Jamestown at the 13-yard line of South Park. 2nd down and 8. They got to get a touchdown here. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a give to Butera. Butera gets it to the 10, and he'll be stopped there. So a gain of about 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Jamestown doesn't need to go for the touchdown straight away. At least try to get the 5 first for the 1st and goal. And we do see a substitution coming in. It's going to be Navarro in place of Branch. Or excuse me, Markel Carter.
I got to give it up for Amar Polk, man. He's having an exceptional day, and he's been lined up across from Rojas all evening, and you really haven't seen much from Rojas today. He has not been able to get open.
It's going to be a third. I'm sorry.
He's seen some balls come his way. He just hasn't been able to hang on to anything. And When he did make a catch, it was always behind the line of scrimmage, and they lost yards.
3rd and 6 at the 10. Drake trying to call the signals. And Jamestown's going to call a timeout. They're probably trying to figure out what defensive scheme South Park's doing. They were about to have a guy rush. That was Damari Johnson. Looked like they were going to have him bull rush through on the blitz. But Jamestown deciding to talk things over. 11:06 left in regulation. Jamestown looking to score. They're down 22-14.
On my way down here to Strider Field, I did pass the Southwestern contingent as they were heading 90 east. I was heading 90 west. I passed them somewhere around Angola. 3 yellow buses, all from Southwestern. And they're at Medina right now. They do trail the Mustangs 21-13, 8:13 to go. It's Mustangs ball at or around their 15. We're checking in on that game periodically. The Mustangs looks like they're about to pick up a first down there to extend their drive.
About a 16-yard pass on that one for the completion. It's going to be 3rd down, 6 at the 10. 4 wide set. Drake takes a snap. It's going to be a flip over to Butera on the toss. And they're going to read. Oh, he reverses the field and read beautifully. They hold Butera to only a yard, and the defense with a great job being patient on the pursuit.
Now, we watched the kicker, even at halftime, was making kicks from 25 and 30 yards out. Do they take a shot at 3 points here, or do they go for the touchdown? It looks like they're lined up here. Can they get South Park to jump?
If they jump, it's a first down, but let's see what happens.
It's definitely what they're going to attempt to do here.
Well, you can't also afford to burn another timeout. They burnt one a few plays ago, and you need to preserve those, especially with you being behind. 4th and 4 at the 9. Drake takes a snap, and he wants to throw. Throws it for the end zone. Incomplete. It looked like, from my view, it was intended for Rojas. No, Melendez, from what I'm seeing, and it looks like he's down on the field, and he's able to get up on his own power. It was intended for Colin Melendez, who scored Jamestown's last touchdown, and they turned the ball over to South Park, and now what South Park can do with them being ahead, they can run the ball a little more, burn some clock.
I believe that was Taylor on the coverage. He got there just as the ball got to the intended receiver. So another great defensive play there by South Park.
1st and 10 at the 9 for the Sparks.
Lincoln Park is a terrible band.
10-19 left in regulation. South Park up 22-14 over the Red Raiders.
A little over 10 minutes to go. This has been as good as advertised,
It's been a slugfest,
to say the least. Who's going to get the last shot in?
If South Park can burn some time and get a touchdown, Jamestown could be in some grave trouble. It's going to be a give to Jackson. Jackson finds a bit of a gap. He breaks it to the 15, and he bull rushes a defender to the 21. One of the guys to get him down was Ben Anderson. Anderson, who had a great showing last week, too, had a sack and a fumble recovery against Williamsville South.
I'm trying to see who that was he ran over. I believe it was Butera.
Butera, who also plays linebacker on the defensive side. And it's going to be a give to Fulgham. Fulgham spins through one defender, crosses the 30, breaks another tackle, gets to the 35. So 2 plays for South Park, 2 first downs so far. Masterful job on those 2 plays.
And this is where the Sparks are just that dangerous on the ground, and they have got the lead. And Jamestown has not been able to show that they could stop this running attack. And they continue to pound the ball down their throats, and that's what you got to do right now. Kill that clock. Keep the Jamestown offense off the field.
And they're taking their time calling the plays, too, which I feel is a good idea with them being ahead in the run clock. Payjack hands it off. Looks like it's over to Fulgham again. And looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage.
A couple guys got him there in the backfield to slow him up a little bit. It looked disastrous, like they were going to lose a few yards. But tough runner that he is, pounds it back to the line of scrimmage.
And Takai Branch was one of the guys to get the stop. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. 9:12 left in regulation. It's going to be a 2x2 back set for South Park. Here's a snap, and it's going to be a give to Jackson. Jackson to the right side of the field, pounds through another defender, and gets it to about the 43. So it'll be third down short for the Sparks.
I don't know if you can ask for a better lead blocker than Marquand Fluitt, but man, he opened up a nice hole for his counterpart there.
I would love to see Fluitt get a carry, see what he does with the ball. From what I'm hearing, he could be like a Mike Allstott or Ironhead Hayward. One of those guys that can just ram through defenders and get good chunks of yardage. But it's going to be a third down and 2 after the 8-yard run by Jackson. And Pajak will take the deep snap, and it's a give to Jackson again. He's got the first down and more, and he'll be tackled past midfield. He gets stopped at midfield, but it's more than enough for a first down for the Sparks.
And things couldn't be going any better right now for South Park. And Jamestown needs to come up with a stop here and get a chance to put that offense to work. Trailing here for the first time all season.
Very uncharacteristic.
In the fourth quarter, you know, I talked to a number of guys around Western New York, and even up to game time, they thought this was going to be a 2-score game in favor of Jamestown. They thought this could be a high-scoring affair, but they also, a lot of people were telling me they were gonna see a 30. They could have seen a 30-0 game here, and that's anything but. I mean, again, you just got to go back and remember. You got to look at last year and years prior. This is a team that's been good for so long. You know, they're not going to lay down. They didn't come this far to lay down now. And I don't care if Keith Jackson can beat you running on one leg.
Yeah, and
you know, this is a tough team, good coaching staff, and you know, you better recognize it. This team is extremely tough, talented, physical.
Fulgham had the 15-yard run on the last play, gets stopped for a loss of a yard. But so far, South Park's burnt more than 3 minutes on this drive. They're nearing 3.5 minutes burnt, and with you ahead by 8 points and running the ball successfully, that's called doing your job.
Great job by the offensive line of the Sparks today.
Under 7.5 left in the game.
Jameer Stevens, Jr., 6'1", 285. He's played big time for them.
Loss of 2 on the play. Pajak takes a snap, give it to Jackson, and he'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage. So only a gain of 2. It'll make it third down and 10, as we're about to hit 7 minutes left in the game.
Talking to one of the Sparks coach before the game, they were confident that if they can get to Butera and lay the body on him and hit him, they don't believe, we got a flag on the play here, but they don't believe that the Jamestown Red Raiders were hit this year. Like, they really ran into, a wall today with the Sparks, and they hit. They're physical. They're punishing. Every time you're close, they hit until they hear a whistle.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on South Park. Probably for taunting after the play was over. Maybe threw the ball at a guy's helmet or just tossed it to a referee. Those are common things that happen on the sideline. But a 15-yard penalty from the spot where the ball is. So they're going to be pinned back at around midfield, if not at it flat.
Well, that's not what you want to be doing if you're the Sparks, of course. You don't want to be going backwards.
7:01 left in regulation. 2nd and 24 after the penalty.
And that stops
or 3rd
the clock.
and 24. Wasn't updated yet in the thing. The play will count. It's going to be 3rd down 24. And if South Park's smart, just hand it off to Jackson or give it to Fulgham once again. Don't force it downfield and possibly throw a pick. And Pay Jackson will go downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. And the pass was intended for Polk. He wanted an interference, but there was no way it was going to happen. If it would have been, that would have been on him.
No, more he ran into the defensive back more than anything. Nothing there on the defender. Good coverage. Good arm strength there by the quarterback. I'll bring up 4th and 24 now. Looks like they're going to punt.
This is a wise decision. Pin Jamestown back. It's going to be Yancey punting the ball once again. If they can give him sufficient protection, I think he can boot off at least a 30-yard punt.
Have to wait and see. 22-14. Who thought we'd be here right now?
Here's a snap to Yancey, and it's blocked. The punt's blocked, and it's still loose. Even so, it's going to be Jamestown's ball, irregardless. And looked like it was Takai Branch that got there to block the kick, and it's going to be 1st down and 10 in South Park territory for Jamestown. But here's a reminder, should Jamestown get a touchdown on this drive, they have to go for 2.
That's one of those things that I will always harp on with some schools. You have to put the time and energy and effort into that special teams, especially the punting and the kicking. You have to have that. In Western New York Section 6, you may be able to get through the season and win your section without a legit kicking game. But once you leave Western New York and you play those teams from Rochester, Syracuse, and down the line, if you want to win a state title, you have to be able to effectively kick the football. And it all starts with that snap. You got to get Sam Watts on the phone, get him into your spring training before the season, and get Sam Watts working with your special teams play. I'm going to put a plug in there for my good buddy Sam Watts Kicking Academy. That's
Ball
one
spotted
thing I
at the
wish these schools
46.
would focus on.
And Butero's going to throw on the trick play. And downfield, it's Rojas caught! And he's going to walk into the end zone for a touchdown. Rojas, who had been quiet most of the game, finally erupts. And no, not like the Eddie Van Halen guitar solo on the song. 22-20, but Jamestown has to go for 2 here. 6:35 left in regulation, 22-20. Back and forth we go on the teeter-totter.
That's a tough pill to swallow if you're South Park. Huge special teams play there by Jamestown, and next thing you know, they're in the end zone. Rojas wide open for Butera. What a time to call that play.
And here they go for the 2-point conversion try. So back-to-back trick plays in games for Butera. The fake punt touchdown and now a touchdown pass. Shotgun formation, 4 wides. Drake wants to throw for the 2. Goes corner, caught!
Rojas again.
Rojas with the touchdown and the 2 points. Hang tight, viewers, 22 all, 6:35 left in regulation. And we'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA, with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
And Jamestown getting ready to kick this ball off. It is a house of fun right now here at Strider Field. Jamestown fans are getting into it after that trick play touchdown from Butera. The Rojas also caught the 2-point conversion. We are deadlocked at 22, 6:35 left in the game, and Rojas getting set to kick it off for the Red Raiders.
So now South Park will get another opportunity with the football. They've done very good on the ground, eating up plays, eating up that play clock, running off some big chunks of yardage, moving the chains, and scoring.
And Rojas with a deep kick down the side of the field, and that's going to be fielded around the 20-yard line. That was fielded by Polk, and he'll get tackled out of bounds at around the 33-yard line. So decent field position for the Sparks. 6:29 left in regulation, 22 stalemate.
So, Sparks, got to continue doing what got you here, and that's running the ball. They've run it effectively, especially this half. Had the huge defensive pick 6 that gave them the 22 to lead, whatever.
22 to 14.
22 to 14 lead earlier. All tied up now, but still plenty of football left. But the Sparks have the football.
Pajak at quarterback gives it to Jackson, 1st and 10, 32. And he gets it to about, looks like he's going to be tackled out of bounds at around the 38-yard line.
And this is, I'm going to tell you this about Jackson specifically, okay? This is why he's one of the best. Have you noticed that he's just gotten better this game?
Yes.
I mean, he's just gotten better and better as this game's gone along. Not just running the ball. You saw what he did with the pick 6. This is a guy who just rises to the occasion, and he's done it all season long. He's done it the last 2-3 years.
Yeah, and from watching him play, seeing his size here, his play as a running back reminds me a bit of Marshawn Lynch during his prime years with the Seattle Seahawks.
But he's getting
just
better.
Never stopping. Here's the give to Jackson again. Jackson knifes through the defense and gets tackled at the 49-yard line. well more than enough for a South Park first down. And the Sparks are driving it once again.
If you ask me, the guy if there's a player of the game, I mean, it's still a long way to go here, but Keith Jackson is absolutely player of the game, especially with how he's been able to control this game and take off in the second half. He's been the difference in the game, no question about it.
It's going to be a first down 10 to 49. It's a give to Fulgham. Fulgham gets through a gap, gets to the 40, down the sideline with Butera to beat, and he gets knocked out of bounds, but another first down for the Sparks.
Not to be outdone is Fulgham.
We have an injured player on the field. It's Butera. We're going to take a quick break ourselves. You're watching this matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and South Park Sparks right here on WNY Athletics. We'll be right back after some words from our sponsors.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube. Logistics Plus is a global transportation provider headquartered in Erie, PA with locations worldwide, including right here in Western New York. Logistics Plus is consistently recognized as a fast-growing transportation and logistics company, great supply chain partner, top freight broker, leading project cargo manager, and a great place to work. With a strong passion for excellence, our 500-plus employees put the plus in logistics. Call our Buffalo office today for an efficient, personal approach for all of your transportation needs.
Guys,
And we are about to get back into action here. Butera was the guy that was injured on the play, and it looks like he's still down on the sideline. And it sounded like you were going to say something, Frank.
no, this is where things get interesting, but, man, you really hate to see a kid down this late in the game, and you find out it's a guy like Butera who's been a workhorse all season long, just a junior. Tough to see him struggle to get back to his feet, but he has.
That's a really good sign when you get up on your own power. He'll probably sit out the rest of this drive if not one play.
Could be a little more than that. That way he's walking off the field.
And if you're Jamestown, that's a big loss.
Trying to rally his troops right now. Tie game. He's a kid that you count on. He does so much for your football team. And he's definitely was one of those candidates for Player of the Year.
He should still be eligible. He still had a really good game tonight.
Medina hangs on to defeat Southwestern 21-13. So, Medina, congratulations. You are the Class C champions 2021. Looks like Brian Fry had himself a hell of a game again.
And it's going to be a run by Fluitt. Fluitt got his first carry of the game. He gets it to about the 20-yard line. So Fluitt showing he can play both sides of the ball. A bull rusher on defense and a battering ram blocker on the offense. Finally gets a touch on the offense. It's going to be Pajak still at quarterback. We have about 5.5 minutes left in regulation. South Park nearing the red zone of Jamestown. It's a give to Jackson again. And trying to reverse the field. He's going to be forced out of bounds. He's going to lose about 2-3 yards on the play. And great pursuit this time by Jamestown. It'll be a loss of about 3 yards on the play for Jackson. We'll wait for the spot.
Looks like another guy is down. Another Red Raider. And is that Rojas? I hate to speculate, but my eyes
I didn't see number 11. It's
Another Raider has gone down here.
We'll take a short break. You're watching this matchup between the Jamestown Red Raiders and South Park Sparks right here on WNY Athletics.
WNYathletics.com is the premier high school sports website in Western New York, providing the best sports coverage of Section 6 and Monsignor Martin leagues. Check out our page for daily game recaps and late-breaking sports news. Our online scoreboards are updated in real time. Never miss a goal or touchdown. Visit WNYathletics.com today or follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube.
And we're about to get back in the gameplay here at Strider Field. Tied at 22 with 5:23 left in the third. It'll be a 3rd down and 9 at the 23. And it was Jadeel Johnson who was shaken up on the play prior to the media break, but he was able to get up on his own power. And South Park getting ready to run their next offensive play. And this drive has exclusively been Pajak taking the snaps. Jackson's still getting the handoffs, and he's getting it done. It's going to be a 3rd and 9 at the 23. Big opportunity here for the Sparks. Pajak with a 3-wide set takes a snap, and he wants to throw. He's going to shoot the ball for the end zone. Flutter duck. Intercepted! Oh, my goodness! Santa Maria intercepted in the end zone. That was Takai Branch pulling the Odell Beckham one-hander. Oh, my goodness. It's going to be a 1st down and 10 for Jamestown at the 20-yard line. Intercepted in the end zone. Wow!
I think that was Markel Carter, number 7, with that catch. That was Carter, number 7. We haven't called his name all game. But these seniors stepping up in the biggest of moments. We saw it earlier with Jackson with the pick 6, and now Carter with the interception. Jamestown and South Park tied at 22, 5:18 remaining. Turn it up, turn it on. This is the game, baby.
Or in the words of Anthrax and Public Enemy, turn it up, bring the noise. 20-yard line after the touchback on the interception. And if we get any numbers wrong from time to time, we apologize. Our view could be a little tricky seeing the jersey numbers clearly. But Jamestown ball, 1st and 10, 20, 4-wide set, 2 each side. Drake and shotgun, here's a snap. And he's going to throw a sideliner over to Rojas. Rojas picks up a block, gets to the 25, and he'll get to the 29-yard line. And one of the guys from I saw to take him down was number 15, Mario Taylor, who's having a big game himself tonight.
6 was also in on that tackle.
So Mike Pajak.
Lancaster takes down Orchard Park 28-21. That's 5 straight Class AA championships for the Legends. Eric Grupp's been coaching there for 5 years. He's got 5 rings. It's just crazy.
So far, perfect 5 for 5 for him. 2nd and 1 to 29. Butera was back into the game, and he gets stopped at the 39-yard line. Butera with the carry, and that's a great sign that he's back in there taking the handoff.
They marked, they stopped the clock, but that could be just because they're moving the chains. I didn't think he got out of bounds.
I don't think he got out of bounds either.
For the Sparks, I'm surprised they were throwing as much as they were. I've been telling you that they need to be able to throw the ball, but the way Fulgham and Jackson have been running, especially that at that part of the field.
It's going to be an offsides there on Halton. Wow.
Surprised the Sparks threw the ball that late in the game in that spot.
And losing Hepburn's really hurt ever since they've switched quarterbacks between Jackson and Pajak. Pajak's thrown 2 interceptions, and they just committed an offside penalty, so it's going to make it 1st and 5 at their own 44. And we do see Profiter warming up on the sideline. If they can get enough field and burn enough time, possible field goal.
I think you want to get down to at least
probably the 10.
10 to 15. I wouldn't go much further than the 15. But if Profiter, I mean, she was doing well at half.
Give it to Butera again. Crosses midfield into South Park territory. Tackled at the 40. 16-yard run by Butera. Move those chains. 1st down, Red Raiders, as we hit 4 minutes left in regulation. Jamestown with a golden opportunity to retake the lead.
These are the championship rounds of this heavyweight fight.
And we do got a guy slow getting up. That is Antonio Halton, the guy who committed the offsides the last play, but he's able to get up.
This has been the best game I've seen all season long.
And it looks like a timeout was called, so both teams going to confer on what to do on their respective schemes. We have exactly 4 minutes left in regulation. Jamestown is at South Park's 40, and they have a chance to reclaim the lead here. It's been a back-and-forth affair, and right now Big Mo is in the way of Jamestown.
Thank our sponsors, Ad Pro Sports, Empire Electric Enterprises, Howard Hanna, Logistics Plus, G&G Fitness, Paul Wolf Insurance Agency, I may have to call him. I could call him and get a quote by the time they get this next play. No relation.
We know the truth. You'll probably get a little family discount, a little brotherly discount.
No, he gets charged double.
Or triple.
So tomorrow there's the Class B championship between Western New York Maritime Charter Health Sciences. They will welcome Iroquois to John B. Wiley Stadium. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. John Simon and Tom Prince will be on the call.
That should be an interesting one to watch.
My man Matt Norka on the camera. I think I pronounced it right. Matt Norka, I believe. We're also doing some girls volleyball for NFHS.
Yeah, Jeremy and I are on call tomorrow.
You guys are going to North Collins. They're taking on Panama, and Francis Beck and Stu Boyer will be in Grand Island as they welcome Niagara Wheatfield. I think there were three boys volleyball championships being played tonight in Western New York. It'd be interesting to see who won those. Baseball gets underway really next week for Section 6. The Monsignor Martin's been playing. Congrats to Canisius. They won the Monsignor Martin championship last week over Franny's, and Franklinville-Ellicottville is your Class D champion this year.
And the clock running, a little over 3.5 left in regulation. Drake takes a snap. It's a give to Butera. Butera to the 30, cuts to the right side of the field at 20. Picked up a block by Rojas, tackled it around the 14-yard line, and now they are in the red zone.
This is dangerous territory now.
And you don't want to give South Park too much time either, because they're more than capable of scoring really quick.
So you got Jamestown now just about inside the 15. Certainly enough for Profiter if she is to come in here, if they need to go that route. But it's 1st and 10 now for the Red Raiders. Butera is starting to kick in, and we thought he was lost. I mean, that did not look good when he was walking off the field, but here he is. Man, I'm not playing poker with that kid. I didn't think he was going to get back into this game, but here he is.
At least you're not wearing the glasses that expose the cards when you put them up under your lenses. 3 minutes left in regulation, 1st and 10 at the 13 after that 27-yard run by Butera. Snap. Give to Butera again, and he'll get stopped at about the 10-yard line. So 3-yard gain.
The clock will run. So this has been the game of the ages. What a way to end the Class A championship. The
mouse didn't break.
6, but it's been an excellent year for this fall 2, I guess. I mean, we had so many heartbreaking seasons end because of COVID. Pioneer, Cheektowaga, West Seneca East, Bennett, to name 4.
Here's a snap. Give Butera again. Breaks one tackle. Tried to slide through another, but he gets about another 2 yards on the run. The last one was only good for a yard, so this will be 3rd down and about 7. Or no, I beg your pardon. It'll be 3rd down 5 for a 4-yard run by Jalen Butera.
I want to give it up for Caleb Bain, number 52 at Jamestown, a junior. He's been tasked for the most part with keeping Fluid out of the backfield. And although Fluid's been running like an animal, getting into the backfield and doing a great job all game, for most of the game, there's been times when Caleb has been able to hang in there with one of the toughest kids in Western New York. You know, Fluid's made a difference, though. He's gotten to Drake quite a bit this game, but Bain's done a good job.
It's going to be a trips left stack, one receiver right. Butera the back, 90 seconds left in the game. And Butera just slips and falls at around the 9-yard line. But the good news is they are in the range of Ella Profiter. She was warming up a little bit on the sideline in the beginning of the drive. And with 1:22 left, a masterful job by Jamestown, a wonderful job running the clock down. 82 seconds, 1:22 left in regulation. 4th and 5 at the 8. And if they choose to kick the field, will be a 26-yarder.
Well, I think, Norm, what you want to do here is try and draw them off sides. I don't know how many timeouts. Do you know how many timeouts Jamestown has left?
I believe South Park's also got 2 left also.
Okay. So if you're Jamestown, 4th and 5 here, do you try and get one of those cheap first downs by drawing them off sides? That, my guess, is what they're going to try to do.
Yes, and if they draw them off, they could take 3 and ease. There's few simple handoffs, run the clock down even smaller, then use a timeout. Buffalo Bills did that to the New England Patriots to end the 15-game losing streak against them. Fitzpatrick took 3 knees. Lindell kicked the game winner. 34-31 final score in that one, which ended that drought. And what's even better, this past year, they swept New England for the first time since 1999. As both teams are on the field, and it looks like they're going to have Profiter out there to kick the field goal. The ball's respotted at the 9. It'll be a 27-yard attempt for Ella Profiter, and I do believe this will be her first field goal attempt of the season.
No, we've seen her out there against Hamburg in week 1, I believe.
It's going to be a 27-yard field goal. 1:22 left in regulation. Drake will hold. Snap, put down, kick on the way, and it is! Hits the bottom upright, and that's going to be no good. If it would have just went through an inch, it would have been in. The kick hits the bottom upright, no good. South Park with a golden opportunity here. I know they're going to try and go for some points, and they do not want to go into overtime.
Sparks are still alive. It's 22-22. 1:16 on the clock. They get the ball. They're at their 9. They've got 91 yards to go, and you've got probably one of the best running backs in Western New York, and Keith Jackson. And then Fulgham. So you got 2 great running backs, 91 yards to go.
Should be a piece of cake. If it would have just went over, hit the bottom of the crossbar, and it just went back to the end zone, didn't go behind, it went forward, kick's no good, and that's a tough way to miss. 1:16. Oh, the ball's going to be spotted at the 20. Because the kick was in the end zone, it will be considered like a touchback. So they'll have 80 yards to get a touchdown.
I'll tell you, this time last year, talking with the late, great Dick Gallagher about, the 2021 season, what we were going to see, 2020, 2021 season, what we were going to see. We fully expected these guys to be playing last fall. That didn't happen. We pushed things back into the spring, call it fall 2 season, whatever you want to call it. Here we are, but we knew that these two teams were eventually going to meet for the championships, and that's no disrespect to any other team in Class A. We thought maybe McKinley, after the success they had last year, maybe they could push someone around and make some noise. That didn't happen this year. But the best 2 teams in A are playing right now on this field, on this night, for the Class A championship. $1:16 left to go. Some of the best football players in Western New York are going to have something to say about this championship.
Pajak will hand it off to Jackson. Jackson finds a gap, gets a 25 to the 30. He'll be tackling inbounds at around the 32.
He just ran over Sincere Green there, the defensive back, who is 6 feet, 161, by the way. He's not just a 5'7" guy, 130. This is a big dude.
And Jackson's 5'11", 205. So that's a big difference in height and weight. We're about that 1 minute left in the game. Give to Fulgham. Fulgham, get out of bounds, young man. And I believe he did. They do got a couple timeouts left. Or no, he's going to be kept in bounds. It looked like he got out, but it was a bit of a shaky view. And the clock's still running. 51 seconds left in regulation. If they want to try and get a touchdown here, they may need to try and throw it once or twice at the minimum. Pajak takes a snap. Give to Jackson. I beg your pardon. That is a Fluid. And Fluid gets it to about the 37, maybe the 38. So it'll be about a 1 yard gain.